Okay, I'm gonna show you my latest Super Nintendo multi-board. This one's been a real challenge to make. It has 4 individual ROM spots, so you can have a multi-game with 4 ROMs or AST, for example. So it's a 4-layer board. I couldn't get it in 2 layers, so unfortunately that makes it a lot more expensive. So, but there's an example of ancient stone tablets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it will come with the microcontroller already mounted and programmed. So just figured it, there's no way it could be optional with something like this. So this board's really designed for, although it is capable of running single games and in 1 and 2 ROM games like EX high ROMs, it's really, you would want to get this only if you planned on making, either Star Ocean or a 4 ROM multi-game. Otherwise, it's just an overkill for a single ROM game. But so here's ancient stone tablets. This is chapter 1. And of course, like all my others, if you hold the reset down for about 2 to 3 seconds, it switches to the next game or the next ROM, depending on how you set up the multi-game aspect of it. So I'm not going to go through all 4 chapters, but you get the idea. So it's chapter 2. So this is almost the final version. So just really quickly, I'm going to demonstrate. So I made it so that it would fit in the PAL Famicom cases as well as the American cases. The American case is actually bigger, and so if it can fit in this, it can fit in the American case. So, and boy, there's not much room to spare. So, but if you notice, it goes in and no stress or tension. And the other thing is, I also made it so that it'll go in the special chip cases where it's got the three slots. So on this one, you have to cut the post here, and you have to trim this post here. And so now this little spot on my board here, that's the ground point that mates up with this little ground strap on the cases. So that's what that's for. So as you can see, it fits in there. It is a tight fit, but it's not under any stress. It's just a tight fit. So anyhow, I'll spare you the American case. So this is Star Ocean. This is one of my earlier prototypes where it's green. And I put these big tall sockets on just because I didn't care. But basically Star Ocean, so let me get this focus a little better here. Star Ocean, essentially you do it ROM 1, ROM 2, and ROM 3. Just with ROM 3, you're going to bend out 2 legs, a leg right here, and a leg right here, and that's it. So like my cart creation board, you don't have to stack the ROMs on these. These obviously you have 4 spots for it. So it's Star Ocean, and you do have to use the ROM set that I modified to work on this board. So, but if you dealt with my cart creation boards, you know that to be true. So, so I'll just go through a couple of other examples. So this is Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3 with Super Mario World All-Stars. It's kind of my favorite combination. So I use it a lot in my testing. So unlike the cart creation board, you don't have to set save jumpers. The savings on these are automatic. Just when you select a chart, it'll automatically do the proper saves for that chart. So 1, 2, 3. Nor do you have to do the A21 cut or the pick A21, you know, for like split ROMs where you have 2 games in one ROM. So I'm just showing you on this that you know, the games have their own individual saves. That's the reason why I'm pulling this up. And so also the so there's my save point there. Also with this combination, Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3 are all high mapped, and Super Mario World All-Stars is low mapped. And so, like the cart creation board, you know, you can do the mixed mappers and things, mix the games. And so, and you'll see that, you know, it retains its saves as well. So that's that one. Let's see here. So here's another example. So when you make an EX high ROM like Crimson Echoes, if you use two 32 megabit EPROMs, you get basically 2 megabytes of wasted space. And some people pad them, which is totally unnecessary, but okay, whatever. And so on this one I have Crimson Echoes, and then on the upper half of the Crimson Echoes ROM 2, I went ahead and put a 2 megabyte game, which is only 1 megabyte really, but it can be up to 2 megabytes. So I've got Crimson Echoes, Return to Dinosaur Land, Earthbound, and Donkey Kong. So this is Crimson Echoes. I've already gone through the intro, so it's just going to show the startup screen on here. And so you can see that I have my save point here. I just got to the very first save point I could possibly get to. So 1, 2, 3. And so here's Return to Dinosaur Land, which is on the upper half of ROM 2 of the extended high ROM game, Crimson Echoes. And so you can see that it has a save spot too. 1, 2, 3. Of course, you don't have to put a game in that upper part, but I just wanted to show the capabilities of it, that you could. It's part of one of the mapper or the charts. So the charts are a little more versatile than the cart creation ones. So there's a save spot for Donkey Kong. 1, 2, 3. And so in many ways the charts are more versatile on this one and easier to use. But on the other hand, the cart creation board does have some advantages of being able to manually, you know, set your chart settings. But so here's Earthbound, and okay, so you can see that I have my save level here. And so as far as the cartridge or the console is concerned, unless we do something different, it only sees 64K of SRAM. So here's my last example. I've got a Fire Emblem trilogy here, the 776, Genealogy, and Mystery of the Emblem. Now, Fire Emblem 776 is a low mapped game with 256K SRAM. Fire Emblem Genealogy is a high mapped game with 64K SRAM. Is that focusing? Piece of junk. And then Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem is low mapped at 64K. So this new board, and this is again one of my older prototypes here, that's why it's green. But the new board has a limited ability to mix high and low and 256K mappers depending on the situation. And one of these games will definitely tell you if you have 256K mapped, because it'll throw up the warning sign, and so as well as Super Mario All-Stars will do the same thing. It'll give you an error screen. But so I think this is the Fire Emblem Genealogy. 1, 2, 3. So I think this is 776. Nope. Oh, this is Mystery of the Emblem. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is 776. So this is an example of the mixed mappers even mixing in the 256K mappers. So in that respect, it's a little more versatile than the cart creation board. But so anyways, these have begun production, and I should have my first batch in about 5 weeks. And again, this board is really only if you want to make it easily make, like AST, you know, where there's 4 ROMs. Now my cart creation board can do it as well, and many people have bought that one, and you know, you just have to stack the ROMs. And I have some customers that perfectly fine with stacking ROMs, and other customers that really have no idea what to do. And so anyways, this board's going to be a little more expensive because it's got the microcontroller already mounted. It takes more work for me to program the CIC and the microcontroller. And it's a 4-layer board, which meant I had to spend more money to get it made. And so quite a bit more. So, but it's very versatile. It should make life easy for some people, but it will be a tiny bit more expensive. Maybe $1.50, maybe $2 more than the cart creation board. So haven't quite settled on a final price yet. But again, this is really primarily for those who want to make a multi-game with more than 2 ROMs, because the cart creation is pretty darn easy with, you know, 2 ROMs multi-game or extended high ROM. But once you get, you know, above 2 ROMs on the cart creation, then you have to start stacking the ROMs, and so but anyway, so this is it. Check back with me in about a month or so, or about 5 weeks, and I should have my first batch ready to sell. Okay, one thing I forgot to demonstrate in the first video, so this is a continuation video, is this board, since it's going to be primarily for multi-game purposes, there is the Retron 5 Quagmire, which it's a laggy, bad emulation crap in a box, but you know, people have it, and people, you know, want to make multi games using it. So anyways, I've inside. I don't think I have one I can show you here. Inside on the board will be a magnet switch, and so if you hold the magnet right in this corner, you still have to hold it for 3 seconds. Then it'll cycle to the next game. So the Retron 5, there's a specific procedure that I'll outline on a different video, but 1, 2, 3. So but anyway, so this kind of, if you have a Retron 5 and you want the multi-game cartridge, then this particular board will have the magnetic switching option where you just hold the magnet in this corner for about 3 seconds. Again, the Retron 5 is a procedure you have to do. You have to do the magnet while it's loading, you know, and then you have to turn it off and turn it back on to get it to recognize the changeover. But again, I'll show that in a different video. This is just a quick demonstration of the magnet switching. So